Is Darth Vader? It's like you put him in the dream, you're like, it's like, no, too much. You're like, no, the Force is strong with this one. It's like having a good time. Like actually being able to have like an attractive lifestyle is awesome. Because sleeping on a couch, not attractive. That's as close to rock bottom as you can get, by the way. Negative in your bank account and sleeping on the couch. I mean, I guess it's like 3 feet above rock bottom because it's a couch and it's like, it's not like that. Zach and Jesse McPherson came out and surprised us both on our birthdays. It was nuts. Zach made up this excuse that he wasn't going to be able to be there, and Joe was blown away. He's like, best friend, come on, what's happening? And Jesse just showed up and surprised him. This guy gambles like crazy. He's so good at poker, it's nuts. Building relationships with these guys has been so fun and growing. This was our view. 50-something story of the New Palms place. Just overlooked the entire strip. It was that's wow.
Yes.
Like actually having fun. I made just I spent a lot of money. I made just as much money in the 2 weeks before this, where I was barely working and moving and everything, as I did spending on this birthday. We stayed in Vegas for 4 nights in this place that cost $2,500 a night.
Wow.
Zach Cheney and his wife Zeri had her birthday, actually, and she decorated her whole house all hippie themed. Jesse McPherson, Pat McPherson came down, Ryan Gomez. It's nuts, like actually upgrading just like everything in life. Just imagine like your birthday party, like being decorated however you want. You get to do whatever you want with whoever you want, for as long as you want.
Yes.
That was the dream I had at the beginning. I didn't do the steps to do it. Like everyone's trying to get pulled through to the future, but they're subject to whatever, the environment makes them feel that day. That's not it.
Wow.
Like you can't live your life that way. Because the majority of people don't have goals for themselves. If you pick up what other people think, it's not looking too good for you in the odds. Zig Ziglar put out this in one of his books. Zig Ziglar writes about, in 1952, they documented the graduating class of Yale University. Pretty prestigious place, yes?
Yeah.
Now, Yale University, the graduating class, out of the entire class, there was only 3% of people that answered yes to the question, have you written out your goals? 20 years later, the combined net worth of that 3% was greater than the 97%.
Wow.
What's the difference? Having a goal that pulls you through the future. If you have a goal in secret, like write it out, create an action step, what you need to do to get there. Then guess what? When you know exactly what you need to do to get somewhere, you can look at halfway there. You're like, all right, halfway there, I need to be here in order to be there twice. And halfway of halfway, a quarter of the way, and you can map it out to a day-to-day action plan. You know that? You can write out any goal and achieve it? Yeah.
Yes.
It's nuts! I suggest doing it, because this was fun. At our last convention, Nicole Wong had her birthday.
Yeah.
We have Jason Lint and Nikki Kato, ring earners here. We have Tony Capistrano. I think that Fran and Dennis Legacy are there. When I got silver, I got this attractive gentleman to take a picture with on stage. Dude, the kissy face is out, man. I don't know. I'm just joking. I caught him so off guard. I was like, hey, Jesse. He's like, what? It was so fun, but this is in front of everyone. I'm going to walk the stage and get applauded. It was something. I grew up in Boy Scouts. So, like, on my honor, right? Some of you won't know, I'm an Eagle Scout. Awesome. Eagle Scout sticks with you forever. It's cool. But in all the grueling hours that I spent in doing that, how embarrassing it was for my peers at school to even bring up the fact I was in Boy Scouts, right? Once you achieve it, you're like, damn, it doesn't even, screw what they think, Same thing for this business. There's people that won't understand it at first. There's people that won't support you, for sure.
Totally.
Because we're all taught the same thing, right? Go to school to get good
Great.
Get it done.
Showed him wit. Look at this guy. Dang. Chris Weiss. This guy's on my team. He went silver before I hit bronze.
Sick. Wow.
On the one. These guys are all from San Diego. We all hit silver before the same convention.
Nice.
Got my cousin Kia lives in Colorado Springs. She actually got called into work today. I would have embarrassed her, but this is my mom as well. This is my cousin. Being able to build with your family is amazing.
Yeah.
My cousin's overworked. She's paid well, but has no time for her. Upgrading your family. There's Joe Valenzuela, Ryan Gomez. We got Zach Jr. in here somewhere. Oh, this guy, right? Isaac hugging Tim Hurst's kid, right? Or Christian Rosario, Justin McPherson. It's nice, man. Like building a family, you have to understand, like Isaac's house every Friday is open to anyone to go.
Wow. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like just, and then they're the mentality where it's like, if you knock, you're like, that's disrespectful. Just come on in.
Yep.
Like, we're a family. Anything you need. So I celebrated Luis's birthday. We have this cool place at our place now. It's a man-made beach. It was really fun. Now this was last Sunday. We were celebrating this, and then I do a training call on Wednesdays and Sundays at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I did that call, and then I found out I hit platinum. So I took this picture with Luis right away. While I was on the call, I hit platinum. It was so crazy. It's because I took notes.
Sick.
Paid attention, studied, applied, paid attention more, studied, applied. Because you learn at different levels, right? Like, if this is your first time, what Zach's about to go through is just nuts. What I'm going to show you guys is, if you're new, because you're just like, today it was just like it was like a movie. You're just like, what's happening? Just like, I remember my first time. And I wish that the person that brought me in told me, look, regardless of what you think now, this is going to change your life. Pay attention.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
From the get-go, you have so much confidence in what you're a part of that the person that's watching from the outside says, damn, he knows where he's going. You better pay attention.
Yep.
Yes.
Sick.
Everything you do duplicates. Guess what my team does? They sit forward, and pay attention, and take notes.
Yep.
The last time I was at the home office a couple weeks ago, some Mexican leaders, and you can see every single one of these countries is going to be dominated by the network. It's going to be just obliterated. We have the US and Canada officially launched right now. There's South Korea and Mexico in pre-launch right now. And the rest is untapped as far as the network. You have to understand, we have less than 18,000 active distributors in the entire world of Secret.
Wow. We got lucky.
That is so nuts.
Yes. Dude.
Dexter Yeager from Amway got started after there was 100,000 to go through, and he's at $800,000 a month still in income today.
Stupid.
Stupid. Yes.
Applied knowledge at the right time will do wonders for you. And we're here to train you guys as good as possible. Seriously. This was fun.
Ooh, that was nice. Yes.
Upgraded massages, when you're on your feet all day. Oh man, that was fun. Upgrading 4th of July.
I just realized what that was.
It was a bunch. Upgrading our view for the 4th of July.
Oh.
It's like everything in life has gotten better in the last 15 months. Money's great. I've realized since March, I've made over $19,000 in Secret.
Woo.
Which is not a lot, but the first 2 months I only made $900 of this year. 2 months of this year. In the last 5 months, went to 19,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy compound. No. I want these stories for you guys. No. This is not for me. I'm not focused on me anymore. Now, you guys have to understand, everything that we're relaying to you today is because we know it needs to be said, it needs to be heard.
Yes.
And even more importantly, it needs to be understood.
Yep.
We're here for you.
Yes, you are.
We're excited about it. We're so excited about it. Now, this is where I started. These are my borrowed shoes. not borrowed, I kind of stole these from Joe's father. He gave them to me so long ago that he forgot that he let me borrow them. I wore them out. There was a hole here, hole on both soles. And then, like, inside there was, like, mold and just disgusting stuff. I built the company through the position of gold in these shoes. It has nothing to do with what you wear, where you are right now. It doesn't. Because it's all about where you're going. The first step is all that it counts, as long as it's followed up with another one, and you repeat that process.
Yes.
Just like, you know, you hear like ancient Testament say like a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Like, do you guys understand that?
One step per day.
That's it. That's the logic.
Yeah.
I started in the shoes of another man. I just bought these actually. I was in Mexico, and my teammate, he's like, oh man, no, all the leather anywhere comes from this place, and everywhere in Mexico so he sold me on these shoes. So I got new shoes, and that was cool. Like, yeah, sure, with my $1,500 gold bonus, I could have gone and got like really nice shoes, but I decided to invest it back into the network, flying out to markets to help them get trained and launched, throwing promotions for the team so I could give away free product and convention tickets. How about 20 convention tickets for this next convention? If you happen to be on my team, figure it out, because I'm giving them away like candy. It's crazy. Well, the thing is, guys, is it's not where you start. It's where you know you can finish. Like for me, starting out as a musician, I knew I was always destined for something. I had no idea it would be skincare, and quite frankly, sure, skincare is great. Ours happens to be the best Dead Sea minerals on the planet, so that just makes it easier.
Universe. Yes.
Universe, in the entire galaxy, right?
The galaxy.
Anyone that's ever walked the face of this planet and that ever will has and had skin. And I guarantee you when we find extraterrestrials, we'll find something to, you know, like, we'll find something to slap on them too. This was my last promotion. Before Platinum, actually. This is my first regional since I hit Platinum, so I haven't gotten recognized for it, but this was when I hit Gold. And as you can see, guys, not only do I look a little bit different, I'm composed a whole of a lot. Have my own clothes. The knowledge behind it is so nuts. And I'm not smart or sharp at all. It's just that I'm aware more now than I used to be of a lot of things. How people work, how people want to work, how this business works. It's a simple system. We do three things. Tell the story of Isaac Benchblatt and their family. If you don't know it, check it out at secretstart.com. Share the story. Now you can get really good at sharing the story, bullet point it in about a minute, 2 minutes, right? This Israeli family immigrated here about 13 years ago. Started working in ice cream trucks. Found out that wasn't very profitable. Went into the first kiosk system, opened up in the Houston Galleria Mall in Texas. But the first kiosk there, and the family invested all of their money into toys from China, like a big crate. Like the Zoom copters, you remember the Zoom copters, you pull the string, it should fly out. You pull it too fast, it doesn't work. Yeah?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
This is how I explain the story. I do this like 4 times a day. Even when I'm on the phone. I got my headset on, I'm like, you know the Zoom copters? It's just habit now. So all we do is share the story, share the program, share the products. Right? They went from copters. The family, growing with their friends from Israel, in their first 4 months in business selling these toys at Christmas time, profited $1.3 million.
Wow.
Ooh. Wow.
Paid out to their friends $2.7 million in 4 months.
Ooh.
That's a hell of a story. Then they took their business, I guess toys only really sell around Christmas time, so as that started to flatline, they were looking at different avenues to be able to, grow their income streams, and they saw skincare was a wide market. Most people on the planet have skin, right?
Pretty smart idea.
Yeah.
And they wanted to bring the whole history of the Dead Sea to America. It hadn't been done yet. In fact, they were told at the beginning, probably won't work. They went to a Hava or a Hava or whatever it is. They tried to get manufacturing from them They were the #1 Dead Sea mineral company at the time, if you've ever heard of a Hava or a Bahava, right?
Yeah.
And they turned them down, they laughed, said, there's no way Americans want to buy this. You have to experience the Dead Sea to want it.
Wow.
So then they started creating their own manufacturing, and it was just like Minerals of the Dead Sea is what they were selling. They branded it to Secret in 2005, but it took 4 years of figuring out, okay, this product is what this person wants. These guys said they like this scent, they want this to react like this. They picked up for 4 years, got all their knowledge on the products, created this product line, branded to Secret, 2005. 2 years to become the #1 company on the planet selling Dead Sea minerals.
Sick.
Over $900 million a day. That's the story. About 2 years ago, started transitioning into this profession, and that's where you sit. That's the story. The program, obviously, Royale, and the products. Peeling gel, M4, buff the nail. Yeah. This is ridiculous. I was such a fool. I was. This is before Patty was even silver, wasn't it, bro?
Yeah, she was bronze.
They just hit diamonds.
Yes.
They have 3 diamonds in their organization.
Wow.
Yes.
Like, they knew it was coming. It wasn't like, oh yeah, you'll never be able to be better than me. No, when Josh Denny started this, as far as the networking side, and him and Tim Herr were going and showing other people, they hadn't made a dime yet. They had to say, hey, there's the opportunity of a lifetime. Let me show you why. And all they did was tell the story, share the products, go over the program. That's it. And we're sorters. You know people we don't know. Let's show them all the information. If they like it, they know it. If they don't want it. They know that too. At the beginning, I was trying to convince my friends to get in, and then I didn't help them through the rest of the system, and they fell off. I hate it every day. As I think about it, I hang out with my friends a couple times a week. They're not in it. I'm just like, they ask me how it is, and it hurts me. It's good. It's better than ever. It's like they're not a part of it. It's so sad. One of the biggest things is event etiquette, okay? Now, this is because this is the system that builds your business, guys, all right? So event etiquette. When you come to this event on Wednesday nights, this is like game time. Like all week during practicing, everyone comes together and plays game for about 2 hours on Wednesday nights, okay? From 6:30 until 9:30, I guess 3 hours, all right? 6:30 is registration. If you're not here at that time, you're communicating with your guest and your team that you don't take this seriously to be here when registration starts.
Yep.
You're not going to get the best seat available. That doesn't make sense. Jesse, do you think there's more energy up here than at the back? Yeah. Anyone willing to argue against that?
Yeah!
That's pretty
Right here,
easy
baby.
right here. So. Either way.
Get as close to the front as possible. You look at the rows, you look at your team, you say, all right, next week, guys, we have to at least get 4 more chairs, 5 more chairs, 6 more chairs. Paint a vision. So every single week, you're like, this is what we're building for, this is what we had, these are our numbers. And you get to use something like this, like mastering events. You get to say, look, we filled in this many this week. Guess what we got to do next week? Beat that number. We got to get better and grow. And then next week, we got to beat that number. And then we got to funnel all of these guys into this regional event. You do that 3 months in a row, and you grow your numbers every single time, you will be astonished with where you are in 3 months. Like, mind blown. Give Secret University 4 weeks, like dedicated time. Do the process, grow every time, count the numbers, tell your team, like, we're counting the figs. If you heard that, CD, you would get it. But if you don't, you're like, what? So what do we have to do with this? Try it. Go all out for an entire month. That's all you need. If you do it at the right time, which is the beginning, I don't know how much more first you can get. This is coming up next week. We have Why Secret for Secret University. That's the first week of the training module of 12 weeks. You're going to be at the first one, the first official event. Like, you have that story forever. And you can do one of 2 things with it. Either have my story or have your story. My story is, hey, I was there at the beginning and didn't commit for a year. I want your story too. Sit forward and be engaged. You look at this front row, they're all engaged and taking notes and leaning forward. Yeah, I know, it's easy to get comfortable at events. You have to understand, you're being analyzed the entire time. Your team duplicates everything you do, not what you say. Okay? For the most part, sure, you can be like, show up, and they show up, but you have to understand, how you show up is how they show up.
Ooh, yes.
Feel this out, feel this out. All right. I want you guys to answer yes when I ask a yes question right now, okay?
Yes.
Like, is this making sense to you? Yes?
Yes.
All right, let's do that one more time. Hang on. Just one more time and I'll show you what's going on. All right, so this is making sense, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now don't do anything. This is making sense, right? See, we seem a little incompetent with what's going on here. Like, if you're not responding, like you hear, like I was in the back, just like it's funny. Like we're so on key with meetings and everything now. Like Zach and I and all the leadership. Like I'll even say right before he goes right. It's nuts. Like we're just bouncing off of each other, right? Like at the end of everything, whenever there's a question, like get in the habit of responding to it. You'll be more engaged. You'll listen better. And you'll start to listen differently, and that's where the development comes.
100%.
Because the knowledge is the same, and this knowledge or the information is the same. It'll stay the same. The difference is how you take it and how you seem and look into how you apply it. Now, a lot of you guys that have questions, you know, that we have the chance to get any question answered tonight, just put it up here throughout the rest of the training. Write it down, come up at any time. It's not disrespectful at all. In fact, I encourage it. Get questions asked today because you have someone like Zach Cheney who flew out here from San Diego to come and be like the forefront of the training platform tonight. Guys making over 6 figures now. Nuts. You get to pick his brain. Be a part of it. Like when you're here, be here. That's it. Okay? Because the event system is so important. It's like any successful organization meets on a weekly basis. Ours happens to be Wednesdays. Okay? Think about this. You know, I'm not tied to any religion, but I hear a lot about this Christianity thing. Right? Now think about that. Is there church once a week?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. There is. Now why is that? It's to be engaged in the community and get lifted, like your spirit's lifted and have some good ideas to go out there and perform better during the week in your own life, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point, to feel better. Now even if there was no sermon delivered, could you go and hang out with all those people and feel better at the end of it?
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely. If not, find a new church. For sure. Right? So like here we have to be enjoyable. Which I know we are, but you have to understand, when people come here, they may be asked the same question. Could you come here and just feel better just being around and associated with all these people at the end? You have a conversation with any of these guys, every single person has as crazy of a story as I do. Just a different color. That's it. I mean, Christianity is pretty successful, right? With Jesus, he had like 13 followers. He went like really down, like really far down. Like over 1 billion followers right now. I mean, like, yeah, sure, some people quit, like Judas, right? But like, at the end of the day, if you stick with a weekly event, you'll be able to build an organization of followers. Now, the followers is just a term. You have to understand, we're building an organization of leaders that are following you. If you don't show up weekly, you've lost them. That's it. Show up. Commit to this event system. Now you have to understand, guys, coming up this next week, I'll be good. Thank you. We have, how much does the SU room cost every week? $200. Okay, cool. So $200 is what the room costs every week. Now, can we give a round of applause to Alexandra for putting everything So $200 is what it costs every single week. And so what we're going to be doing, in order for you guys to understand how this actually happens, because, yes, sure, people in network marketing charge like $20 for events on a weekly basis.
Yep.
Like that's ridiculous. Why? Why is that ridiculous in my opinion? Because they're like performing, they're like engaged in a compensation plan you'll never be a part of. Doesn't make sense. Some people make like 6 figures a year extra charging off of events.
Horrible.
Where they deliver the same info every single time too. It's so ridiculous. Guys, we have 12 different weeks of knowledge going on. And I have to understand this, okay? For you guys to understand why it's so important to show up, because we don't want to charge $10 for the event, okay? So we're going to charge it, the event is going to be $5, okay? For Wednesdays. So $5, this is how every other market in secret works. You have to understand, and this is why, okay? So $5 feeds into this $200. How many do you need to break even with 200?
40.
Okay, so 40. So, now we didn't even have 40 agents at this last SU. I don't think so, did we? We had 37 agents, or total? Just total, and we had a bunch of guests out. So guys, in order to keep it at $5, we have to have at least 40 people show up to just break even. All right, now where everything goes, thank goodness, Daniel Green's church let them use the sound equipment. Where the market goes when there's any overage, okay? San Diego just upgraded all of their stuff, it's amazing now, is to sound equipment. Okay, it goes into this big pool. It's not anything that she would be pocketing, like that would be psycho to imagine. This is why I'm drawing this out to you. You understand how like no one ever does this? That would be nuts for someone to like come, like, so let me show you where your $20 goes. No. So, $200 for the room, okay? Plus, what do you guys have on your paper, or your seats? There's like flyers. Right? How many of you guys got a trophy tonight? Trophies. Recognition. Every single plaque, the plaque is at least $1 plus whatever it costs to print it up. Like, you guys have to understand, there's a lot that goes into these events, okay? It's a lot of time, it's a lot of money. It's so much easier if we can come together as a community, and yes, be able to break even, to be able to pay for this event. Now, 40 breaks even for the room, okay? I know that she's in debt like $2,000 because she's been putting these together because she's had the vision. You guys understand, the only reason why Colorado hasn't exploded yet is because there was no one willing to put their card down.
Wow.
That was it. There's a bunch of people just like building houses. You can't build a big business long term unless there's a weekly event in a big scenario, in a big room like this. That's just how it is. So you guys have to understand, 40 should be like, we have to get more people there this next week. I know Sheridan Wynn is going to deliver the craziest information on why secret. He's seen this presentation by Justin Pearson, Joe Valenzuela. Those of you seen it by Tim. Oh my God. So you guys have to understand, in getting to this event, $5 for an agent, okay? Now guests free? Guests are free. You know so much not get charged for guests? That's so nice.
Yeah.
So you say, hey look, you know, like, I don't have anything for you, but I can get you in, like, for free. For your guests. Okay? Now guys, once you sign up, we go off of the honor system, so if you're an agent, pay for the event. Okay? You do not know what it does to your own morals and your own ego inside if you were just faking your way through this. Okay? So, do we understand why it has to be at least $5?
Yes.
Okay, regional's no different, okay? What the ticket prices are is as low as they can go. They used to be, just so you know, they used to be $40, okay, for regional tickets. And the reason being is because we used to try a free week, okay? Like, we've tried that. If you guys are wondering, like, why don't you just have a free week? First of all, if you don't pay to get in here, you're not going to take serious notes. Because you have no skin in the game. You're just like, time, yay. But guess what? When you have $5 on the line, that was the difference between you and like 5, chicken sandwiches. Like, come on. If you don't have $5, borrow it from your kid, Like, come on. Like, so, they used to be $40, and this is the only reason why we can't run a free Wednesday. It's not fair to everyone. Because the $40 is the same. How many weeks are in a month?
4.
Typically about 4, okay? Sometimes they're 5. So actually, even sometimes, you get a bonus. So check this out. In the week, there's 4 weeks, right? And 1 regional. So it used to be $40. So it would pay $20 for the marketplace and $20 for the regional, okay? But what ended up happening is someone would get started here halfway through the month and still have to pay $40. So they were paying for secret universities that they didn't even attend.
Yep.
Okay, so the most fair way that we've established as a community in secret is just $5 every meeting, okay? So just know that showing up. If you have, I don't think we'll take checks because, you know, like we can't take checks, it's just $5. Get cash, get coins, whatever it is, okay? Now, we have to go through that because you guys have to know. This event will not build if you're not excited about it. And you have to understand that, like, have you guys already gotten more than $20 worth of information today?